Hello, Shining Champions. Happy Monday. It is June 8th, 2026. Welcome, everybody. Let's see some jazz hands. Let's bring up the energy. Wow! Sylvia just brought up tons of energy, and we're just catching it and we're adding to it. She's got her clappers with her tonight, too. I think we all need to get clappers sometime just to get to her level of energy. That was awesome. Definitely. We love that. Thanks everybody for being here. And I love when Sylvia asked, put where you live in the comments for our guests. And that was always so interesting to see that. So let's type in that one more time. All of us, we have 32 on the Zoom so far, and I know there's many more hopping on right now. That's right, Melissa. Everybody type it in the comments what state you're watching from. It's always fun to see that because whenever I'm talking to people about the team or I'm doing a recruiting conversation or phone call, I always talk about the team and that actually 85% of our team actually works another full-time job. But like I said, everybody's here for all different reasons and different levels of what they want to work their business. And some of us are, raising families or raising grandkids or taking care of elderly parents or on and on and on. And I love it that we can come together once a week and just share this time together. So let's go right into some recognition. First of all, huge shout out, my friend, to Claire Smith. Last night on the mega party, everybody type Claire in. An amazing presentation. We loved her. My customers loved her. Yeah, thanks for typing in Claire in the comments, everybody. You rocked that, Claire. Claire, were you exhausted afterwards? Were you exhausted? She's like trying to talk.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah,
I wasn't exhausted, but I was so wired.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it takes a couple hours to come down from the mega party live. It does.
It
Right.
really does. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It,
And I don't know if you noticed, we were busy changing out wallpaper. So behind me, I said to Wayne, don't touch anything in that room. And then I looked at the video and I'm like, the wall right above my head was horrible. And I'm like, oh, well, you know what? Hopefully they were looking at the jewelry, nothing else.
Actually, we didn't see it. We couldn't see it on the
Good.
live. Yeah,
That's great.
everything looked great on your background. Yeah, so plus we're not necessarily looking at your background, right? We're
I
looking at
look at everything. I look at
yeah,
everything.
that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But I know Michelle
Anyway, it was
Ballia knows what
fun.
I'm talking about, or anybody else that has done the live presentation for the Mega. You're just wired after because it's like an hour long of like you saw the energy that Sylvia brought for 30 minutes for Free Sparkle Night. It's like that for, a solid hour. So it's a lot of fun. So friends, keep doing your follow-up because that's actually when all the magic starts happening is the follow-up with any of your yeses. You can still get people in there. Tuesday, we have Michelle Ballio at Friends. She's going live tomorrow. We're so excited to have her. It's a biz op. So we had our free sparkle night, then we have a biz op with all the guests in there already. I mean, there was over 100 on the live last night, which is incredible. So set your clock, set your alarm, make sure you're there to watch Michelle and listen to that. Get your guests on there and listen. You never know. People will never know until they get educated if it's a fit for them or not, either right now or maybe later, maybe next month. But they need to get the information, right? They need to plant that seed. So send out your reminders, all of them, and do the follow-up. Tell them you're happy to make their carts, all the things that you're ready to serve them. Okay. Who's ready to do follow up? Put follow up in the comments with all of them, and that let's see, put MB in the comments. If you're going to listen to Michelle Ballio tomorrow on Tuesday, and she's going live at 4 Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Central, and 7 Eastern, just like the mega party time that we did. Okay, so that's easy to keep that, easy to remember that. Okay. Look at all those MBs, Michelle. We're all here supporting you. We can't wait to hear you. It's going to be awesome too. All right, and then that's probably the one of the biggest things that we're focused on right now. And so we are wrapping up on the 8th, week 2 of July. For any of our newbies, that is we're wrapping up Rich Rewards 1. How many of you already hit it? Put hit it in the comments, or if you are trying to hit it, put working on it in the comments. And because that's when you submit $1,000 by the second week, you get that $250 in free jewelry. So keep going for that, friends. because we love redeeming free jewelry. That's what we call the Rich Rewards program is free jewelry for life. And people always like hearing that, like, what? What? Yeah. So let's remember that. So let's go into some recognition as well. But let's see, Renee, do you see Dawn? We have a
Yes, she's on now.
Oh, she
Hmm.
is. Okay. Hey Dawn, welcome, welcome. We're so excited to have you here. We have Dawn Corrie. She's a division leader. I'm going to let Renee introduce you and all that right after I do a little bit of recognition, and we'll go right into that. I had it ready to go. Screen saved it so I wouldn't have to dig. So let's dig in. You girls know what to do. Put their first name in the comments, and then we'll celebrate them. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we go. Number 10, Miss Amy Deming. Over $1,000, 1,054. Way to go, Amy. And here we go. And then next we have number 9 is Ella Wilmer. Ella, excuse me. She did over 1,000. That must have been her launch. Was that her launch party? She must be brand new. Okay. So we had Kathleen Laws, way to go, Kathleen. Wow, over $1,100. That's fantastic. Do you remember when Kathleen Laws did that training for us when she goes live on Friday with her team? I mean, excuse me, her VIP group and all of that. If you look up her in the search for recordings. It was such a great training. I still remember that so well. And next we have Michelle Domenico. Hey, Michelle. Whoop, whoop, way to go. She did over $1,200. That's amazing. Next we had Evangeline Porter. Evangeline, way to go. Over 1,200 too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And number 5, we had Sylvia Cradle. Woo! That's right. Sylvia Crane over $1,200. Way to go, Sylvia. Number 4, we had 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4 was Sherry Peckert, over $1,300. Way to go, Sherry. We see you there. I think she's driving. She's the passenger just listening to the Zoom. Nice to see you, Sherry. And then we have number 3, Claire Smith. Woo! Our mega party queen. Over $1,400. And number 2, she's talking to us tomorrow, Miss MB, Michelle Balio. Number 2 is Michelle. Way to go. Over $1,500. This is for week 1, friends. And number one, drum roll. Gina Dodson. Way to go, Gina. Over $1,600. Way to go, Gina. We're so happy for you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Well, that was week 1. And so, friends, you know what to do when we have a guest speaker. All eyes on the screen. Let her know that, we're paying attention, we're listening. She's a ball of energy. You're going to absolutely love her. And we're going to save the last maybe 5 to 10 minutes for your one sentence takeaway, what you love the best. Any questions for her, anything like that too. Renee said we have a new stylist on for her first meeting. Donna, welcome. Yeah, if this is your first meeting, can you raise your hand so we can say hello to you? Everyone say welcome, Donna. I think where's Donna live? What state is she in?
She's
Oh,
in Texas
that's right. She just signed up yesterday or today?
today.
Today,
Today.
Donna, look at that. That is fantastic. She signs up today, and then here she is on her first training. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So we love that too. Oh, hey, Dawn, Corrie, I see you, friend. Good to see you. You look great. All right, let's turn it over to Renee. Renee is going to do the interviewing. I will put it on speaker view, and we are going for it. Go ahead, Renee.
Well, I am excited to be welcoming Dawn to share with us. One of the advantages of being on the Treasure Tribe Power Hour team, we call ourselves the Power Hour Queens. I help lead them 1 day a week, and I get to know these amazing stylists that are out on the other teams besides Shining Champions. And I noticed something special about Dawn a few times when she was on when I was leading. So one time here a while back, I pulled her aside and I'm like, "Hey, tell me about what you're doing." And I'll let her share what that is. But I got so excited about it because it makes so much sense. It's something that most of us don't do or we do periodically. But anyway, I'll let her share a little bit about herself. I asked her, actually, I told Connie about her, and then Connie said, we need to bring her on Shining Champions training. And she is a ball of energy. I simply adore her personality. And so, Dawn, first question is just, what about you? Like, share a little bit about what your life looks like and your experience with Park Lane and why you joined Park Lane.
Okay, so hi everyone. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. I hope I get to meet you in person sometime at a trip or something. Okay, so I am 67 years old. My husband and I are both what you would call retired, except we never planned on retiring. I never planned on retiring. I want to work as long as I am able to work. Years ago, I heard someone say that if you use the Bible as an example, there was no one that ever retired in the Bible. And so I'm like, well, then I'm not going to retire either. And this is the absolute perfect, the direct selling space is the perfect industry to work as long as you want to work because you get to pick when you're going to work, so you can be as busy or as not as busy as you want. So we're 67 and 70. I have two grown children, four grandchildren. Three of my grandchildren are in Alabama, and we are in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And so another reason that I stayed in the direct selling space is because of the flexibility that we could go back and forth as often as we want to see them. I been in this industry, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if there's a gentleman watching, but I'll cover all bases. For 43 years. I started when my oldest was just a couple months old. And I started with a company that some of you may or may not even remember. You're probably all too young. It was called Home Interiors and Gifts out of Dallas, Texas. And I was with them for 11 years. And then I went to Party Light Candles. And I was there 22 years. And then I went to a little jewelry company, not little at all. I'm just not little, but I stumbled on paparazzi. If you know paparazzi, the $5, now $8 jewelry. And I was there 5.5 years. And truthfully, if my son-in-law had not been transferred to Alabama, I probably would still be there, not because at the point, like Park Lane was just not even a thought in my head. But that was although it was very lucrative, it was fun. It was it's a lovely company with lovely founders. They were like Park Lane. They were very generous. They were very good to us. It was labor intense. I worked 16, I'm not exaggerating. I worked 14, 16 hours a day, 6 days a week. All of the jewelry was delivered to me. I had to have y'all seen a paparazzi show? Okay, all the jewelry that's hanging on the wall behind. Yes, when I resigned, I had 10,000 pieces of jewelry in my home. So I knew when Josh and Brooke were transferred, I said to Reed, we can't go back and forth to Alabama because with this business the way it is. I had 3 paid staff that came in every single week. And I said, I can't pay people to come in when we're not here if I'm not going live and I'm not selling. It was just crazy. So a good friend of mine was also leaving her, and she said, Dawn, I am joining Park Lane and I am going to do a launch. She was with paparazzi too. She said, will you support me and watch my launch? And I said, sure, I will. And I'll give you an order too. And I watched the launch and I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is it. And the guest plan, the host plan, the compensation plan, and just the simple life plan because you guys, I've already gone to Alabama with just a little tote bag of jewelry and some busts, and I've done lives in Alabama where I'm visiting my grandchildren and my daughter and son-in-law, and it's just a piece of cake. So, and I did a social sale when I was there, and I did it was Easter. Remember the Easter? Did you guys have those, the Easter eggs? They could buy an Easter egg for $45 and then they were guaranteed 100. I did that when I was there. So my sales never took a hit. So that's how this whole thing evolved. It's a long story, but that's my history with direct sales. I don't want to ever work anywhere else. I just can't even the flexibility. I have 1 year of college there's no ceiling to our income. We can just take this as far as we want, and we can do as little as you did home interiors and Party Light too, Susan. My goodness, what a weird coincidence. Some people have done one or the other, but you did both of them. So yeah, so there's no ceiling to your income. You can work as little or as much as you want. It is super flexible. And I always tell my team too, you can work part-time, you just can't work spare time. So you can pick your hours. And you can definitely put them in pockets of time around your family life and another business, but you don't, or another job, but you have to make sure that you're working. So I joined in December, and so I've been with Park Lane now for 6 months. That's that. Did that answer that question?
Yes, yes. You already earned a trip though, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I earned the trip for two. I did.
To Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So yes, she's pretty amazing. So
Thank you.
where do you live, Dawn? I forget.
I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay, you're not that far from me then. We're only about 2 hours apart.
Where are
Yeah.
you, Renee?
I'm in Ohio, north
Are you?
central Ohio. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah. It's very
okay.
close.
Okay, well, share with them that technique that you have for doing your reach outs that kind of intrigued me with you from the when it gave that was the reason that I asked you, hey, what are you doing? Well, how are you doing it?
Yeah, what does she
Um,
call that?
I
It sounds like a
I
secret sauce.
do. So remember when I joined, like I said, when I started 43 years ago, you guys, no one had a home computer, a laptop. They weren't even heard of. Like it wasn't even, no one, there was no cell phones. When I started, we were still getting busy signals. They hadn't even started call waiting 43 years ago. And answering machines were just coming on the scene. Call waiting was again something that people said someday you're going to be able to beat people in, and we were like, no, you're not. Like they used to say, someday there's going to be a remote that you can change. This is how old I am. You can change the TV, and we were like, no. So I just used the phone. I got used to using the phone, and I got used to talking to people. And I have to tell you, busy signals, you busy signals. It was a very big blessing in disguise because I got used to rejection, and I got used to people saying, like listening to the rejection because there was no one typing. No one was typing. And so when I did and I just didn't even know that this would be a thing, but we were doing a power hour and I didn't turn my screen off. But Renee, when we were done, she said to me, I watched you. Did you talk to every single person? And I said, I did. I do voice clips. I do voice clips. I very rarely, I will type, but it's very, very rare. It's almost all voice clips. Now, number one, the biggest reason is because there is power in your voice. There's an enthusiasm in your voice that is never going to come across through the typed word. There's just not. There are um, even like people will listen if they see 45 seconds, they'll listen. Sometimes especially me, you can already tell I talk very fast. So if I type out what I say, it can be this long. And if women are busy and they're looking at all those typed words, they're like, oh, I'll read it later. So I talk with my voice. And sometimes again, I'll do a voice clip and then somebody will say, yes, Dawn, that sounds good. And I'm like, okay, we're on. I'll type that out. But I just find it very, very powerful to use your voice. And Renee said, she said, we're just not in the habit of doing that. I know the typed word has become very easy. And again, I'm going to say this. I think the typed word has given us an out for our fear because you don't have to hear the rejection. I just type it very quickly. And if they say no, I just don't have that negativity but you have to hear it and you have to embrace it. And you have to know that in this industry, in my 43 years, ladies, the numbers are the numbers are the numbers. They have never changed. They have never changed. They have never changed from reaching out to so many people to get a yes for a booking. They have never changed from reaching out to so many people to get a yes for a recruit. They have never changed from the people that do recruit to how many are going to stay, how many are going to be great team members, how many are going to be part-timers, how many are going to leave within 6 months to a year. They've never changed. They're always the same. So you may as well use your voice. And I do want to say you don't have to bounce off walls like I do. I know that my personality, and we all have a different personality. There were women that I sold party light candles with that were 6 and 7 figure income earners that were so slow compared to me, so monotone compared to me. It didn't matter. It was just their temperament. We all have a different temperament, and people come to know you via your temperament. So, but I will say this. They've always said fake it till you make it. Some thought leaders say that they don't like that, and some thought leaders say, yes, that is viable. I don't know. I just believe you should definitely inject some enthusiasm in your voice. People are not going to be excited to buy your jewelry, book a party, or join your team if they don't think that you believe in what you're doing, and you can convey your belief by how you sound. So if you have to practice, practice. If your upline is on here, they will never mind you saying, can I do a voice clip with you, and practice. The more you do them, I can do them in my sleep. I can just do them in my sleep because
Hey,
that's all I
Dawn.
pretty much do.
Dawn, I didn't really prepare you for this, but could you give us an example since you can do them in your sleep? I think you
Yes,
could probably
because
pull one
so
out, right?
yeah, Monday is my day, what I call my day of retention. Every Monday, I go to the back office and I look to see who received their jewelry from. And so every Monday, I do customer service follow up. So this is what I did today. I don't know how many I did, but I will just say, hey, Marianne, it's Dawn with Park Lane, and I'm reaching out because I saw in tracking that you received your jewelry. I'm so excited for you. So I wanted to double check with you. Number one, I'm hoping we exceeded your expectations. That's always our goal. And luckily, my customers tell me we usually exceed their expectations because it's so much prettier in person. Number two, I wanted to remind you that you have a 120-day guarantee and that I am here to serve you. So don't hesitate to let me know if there's anything I can do for you. And number three, I just wanted to remind you too that I am here. If you remember, we talked about you may be hosting a party or placing an order for the party that's coming up. I will be reaching out again because my job is to make sure that I serve you to the best of my ability. So I hope to hear from you. I hope you're enjoying this lovely day. And again, don't hesitate to reach out. Boom. I say it over and over and over. And you will not get good at it until you say it, but I say it over and over. I say the same thing, except sometimes when, like, if it's repeat customers, I'll go, okay, guess what time it is? I'm reaching out because I know you got your order. I'm hoping that you're thrilled to death with those pretty pieces. I'll look at their order. There were a bunch of freedom bracelets. There were a bunch of, oh gosh, not the popsicle. What was right before the popsicle that was all the colors? You know what I mean? The cute little one with little round stones. The popsicle had the baguettes. Anyway, I said, oh my word, I've talked to several of the ladies already. They are raving over that. I'm not amazing, Susan. It's just practice. 43 years. It's 43 years of talking. So, but thank you. But write it out. Don't be, and here's the good thing about voice clips. And my husband will tell you, I would love to know. I should have done today. I should have looked and see. I would love to know how many. I will get a few words in or 30 seconds in and go, oops, delete. That's what's cool about a voice clip. Now, you can't do that when you're talking on the phone. So a voice clip does give you that ability to say, oh, I don't like the way that sounds. Delete and start again. But you want
Good
to keep them
point.
to third.
Yeah, that's such a good point. So many times, right? You leave a voice clip, it's like, that wasn't good. And you can click the X, right?
Yes, you just
Yeah.
click the X and start all over again. Yes, yes. But you'll get so many replies. I get more replies, probably 80% replies like this to a voice clip than I do to the text. They
Wow.
just, thank you. I love it. You were right. I love it. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. I can't wait for the next party. And sometimes it's just a thank you for touching base. But people, I don't want to, this again is just how I was trained. And again, it was all we had, ladies. So it's become a habit. But you will have a lot of people say, no one has ever contacted me. No one has ever followed up with me. Here's another thing that I do is I write some notes. It's just so old school, but it's just a little bit of an extra that people don't get anymore that they so appreciate. I handwrite a note to my host when they book their party. I handwrite a note when I'm sending like the prizes out that I give. I'll handwrite a note thanking them. The egg deal, the little mystery boxes we were doing, the social sale, anything that comes to my home that goes out. I bought on Amazon a big box of all these beautiful colors, just little cardstock. That's all, and it's just a quick. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Wear this in good health, or I'm so excited about your sparkle. I know you're going to shine, whatever, but it's handwritten. And there's nothing wrong again with a typed little card. If you have typed cards, if you're doing a tremendous amount of business and you have typed cards, then at least write a little something. Put a little something, put a couple XO, and I appreciate you, just something. But that's the little extra because there's a lot of competition, not just with other Park Lane stylists, and we don't want to take from each other. You know what I mean? And I just tell my team this all the time. There are 300 million people in America. You only need about 1,000. And that's going to sound like a lot. Am I right? We
Yeah.
have 1,000 people. We got a great business.
Yeah.
That's it out of 300 million. If you stay
Yeah.
consistent and you treat people like they are just so important to you and that you love and appreciate them, they will not only stay committed to you and loyal to you, but they'll tell others about you. But if they think that they're not, that, they're just a disposable commodity, they'll shop with anyone.
Renee,
Right.
may I share something real quick?
Sure.
Oh, I loved well how Dawn said one of her, she said number one, number two, number three. She kind of spelled it out too, in the voice clip. And I think people receive that and they remember, oh, number one, number two, they're already like, that's a good way to communicate. But I loved how she said number two was about the guarantee. That is, I don't do that. And I need to remember to do that, remind them, because I literally just had someone said, oh, by the way, I've been meaning to tell you. I had a stone missing out of a ring that I bought 3 months ago, and I've been meaning to tell you. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like she could have got it free right away. You know what I mean? But it's like, what do you even, it's just, so that's such a good reminder, Dawn, to do that. And I loved how you called it retention day. Woo! So good.
Every
So good.
Monday.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long, you guys. I was really tired today. I had to get up early to drive a neighbor to the airport. I live a stone's throw from the Pittsburgh airport. And then we had our first summer Bible study. And I didn't sleep well because you know how when you have to get up early, even with an
Yes.
alarm set, you keep looking. I didn't sleep well and I was really tired. And I thought at one point, I thought, you have all day tomorrow. And I'm like, no. And I was done in less than 30 minutes. And now they're
Wow.
done. And
Yeah.
I booked a party with one of the women that I called that said, and I said to her, I told Marianne I was going to ask you, Beverly. I said, I know you love the jewelry. And Marianne said you went to her house and you saw the jewelry and you loved it. And I said, I was wondering, I said, do you want to do something on a Sunday afternoon like we used to do with Party Light? And she said, absolutely. I love the jewelry and I'd love to do a party. No,
Wow.
she didn't reach out to me. She ordered from Marianne and her jewelry arrived.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect opportunity again to ask for the booking. And you have to ask. And if they say no, it's okay. You just
Okay.
have to keep asking.
How many of you
Well,
already
that's
learned so much in the first 10 minutes of Dawn talking? Everybody put Dawn in the comments. I mean, I can't even write fast enough. This is so rich, Dawn. You are so awesome. And no wonder Renee wanted you to speak to us. You're such a sweetheart. Oh my gosh.
well,
Thank you.
speaking of bookings, that was my next question. So tell us a little bit about that. So how do you find them? How many parties do you like to do in a week or a month? And most importantly, how do you book parties from your parties?
So I do a lot. So I'm going to be very transparent with you guys. I would love to be holding 2 parties a week. And I want to get back out to home parties. I would like to hold one home party a week and one online party a week. And so I've been reaching out asking for home parties. That's why with Bev, I asked her for a home party. I miss them. I miss the community. I don't want to do what I did years ago when I was doing 4 or 5 a week. I don't want to go there again, but and we didn't have an option. There was no online. There was no online, period. There was no internet, there was no online. So now we have the option and I do love them. And did you guys do the Treasure Tribe training today? Did you get to do that? So good. So, so, so good. Yeah, she's the one you want to have. She is booking parties. So, that's my goal, but I have been averaging about one a week. And so, and some of that again is just my not being really not just carving out the time to say, okay, like on my power hours, doing a lot of follow up and not just sitting down and saying, I got to just hammer out these bookings. But that's my goal. So I've been doing one a week and I've had a couple weeks where I've had two, but the goal is to get to that point, to just open my calendar like I did years ago, keep them close. I don't remember the sweet lady's first name today, but she was awesome. But keep them close, like she said, and even get to the point where I'm doing two online parties in one group and then a home party. I do it the way we've been taught. So when I joined many, many years ago, one of the things they taught me was we had a lot of, in home interiors especially, we had a lot of keynote speakers. And years ago, there was a woman. Does anybody remember the motivational speaker, Mamie McCullough? Anybody ever heard of Mamie?
Vaguely, I feel like I've heard of her, but
She was a
yeah.
doll. She was a doll. Anyway, she said, when you join any direct selling company or any team and they have a tried and true method that works, do their way first. And so when I joined and everybody was saying they make up the little boxes and they put $100 worth of jewelry in and they just offer those, that's pretty much how I get my bookings. And even with Beverly today, I said to her, I will start you. I said, you will be Marianne's third booking. And I said, she will get $50 in credit for each booking that is held. But I said, I will bring you a little box with $100 in jewelry to start your party. Now, I like what was said today and giving the host credit first, then giving them free jewelry. Because people they want to feel like they're helping their host. So I love that. So I'm going to switch some of my words around. But that I use those little boxes. I use the boxes. Here's something I'm going to start to do because I am with my rich rewards. I got a whole bunch of root. I got necklaces and earrings. And I'm going to some of my past hostesses that were really good hostesses. I'm sending them a card and I'm putting a Rue necklace in or a Rue earring. And I'm saying, that I'm just saying, I'm sending this as a gift. It is a gift no matter what, but I'm reaching out because I would love to come back to your home like we did years ago with the gang on a Friday or Saturday night, whatever. And I'm sending this so you can see the quality of the jewelry. I think I'm going to try that and see what happens. Because sometimes, again, if they don't know Park Lane, they don't know the quality, and you can get a quick no before. So I like that idea. If you want to use your rich rewards, I'll let you know how that goes.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to do
Great
that.
idea. I love that very much. Can you do a quick voice clip for us? A typical booking reach out when you're doing just your, not cold reach outs, but reach outs or follow up, whatever you think would be the most helpful to us.
They're pretty much, when I first started, I just reached out to people and I just said, I don't know if you saw, on Facebook, but I've joined the Park Lane family. It's gorgeous jewelry. And I'm reaching out to all of my friends to offer them the opportunity to host a party. We have the most amazing host plan. The average host is going to end up with $400 in jewelry, and the guest specials are amazing. Your guests are going to save. And it was new, Renee, and they just said yes. So I started out, but I have to be very honest. Now my bookings are my booking calls are almost always entwined with the follow up from the jewelry. So when I do the party, I offer the boxes. And again, like Marianne just had her party, it was about 10 days ago. She had two people, schedule parties from that. And then I reached out to Beverly today. But I find I get a better response especially if they're new to Park Lane, when they have the jewelry. And then I reach out and say, I'm following up to make sure we've exceeded your expectations. isn't it so much prettier than you thought it was going to be? And because I do off, so let me put it this way. So okay, let's just use Marianne's party because it's the freshest one in my mind. When I reached out to every single person to thank them for their order and let them know that they would be hearing from me again, I always say to them, I pride myself on customer service. You will be hearing from me again once you receive your order. I also ask everyone that shopped during the party if they'd like to host their own, and a lot of this is I do after the party, like we know, that Marianne, you probably saw Marianne receive $540 in credit. And so I can offer the same to you. She'll tell you how easy it was. We created the party and I will do a lot of the work. And I just kind of go through that. And sometimes, thank you, Jan. Thank you so much. Anyway, but I find it easier once they have that jewelry in their hand. That's the key, you guys. Just check your tracking twice a week. Check your tracking and follow. You can see what they ordered. You can customize it to them, and then you can say, "Would you love more?" Now, I know a lot of stylists will do. I have to tell you, I don't get a lot of full carts. I just don't get a lot of full carts. I have decent parties. But a lot of the stylists will say, with a full cart or with a huge wish list, they'll say, "Oh my gosh, you know what this means." And all of that will work. I just don't get that many full carts that I can say to someone, "Let's book a party so that we can help you get some of this for free." But for me, the blessing is they've got it in their hand, they see it, they love it. And now they're like, "Yeah, would you like some more? Let's get together and do a party. Do you want it?" And I say to everybody, if you're local, I'll come to your home. I think getting indoors is going to be so priceless because seeing it.
Yeah, it definitely sells itself much better when they can see it,
I
touch it,
think
try it
so.
on, have an experience. They always
Mhm.
say people love an experience, and it's just that actual interpersonal tactile experience makes a big difference in a
Absolutely.
party.
And you probably, if you follow social media, you know that right now, our lack of community ever since COVID and all the online that is causing there's a problem and there's loneliness and there's depression and what's the get mahjong, is that what it's called? Well, they're having mahjong parties everywhere because people want to get out and be with some others. So if
Hmm.
you can make it a sip and shop, it's a sip and shop. It's just a sip and shop. Have the girls come over, make a super, super simple, something super simple to eat and invite them to come over and I'll set up a table and we'll help them style and it'll just be a fun girls' night in.
Yeah.
So,
Well, moving on to the other part of what we do in Park Lane, and that is those of us who decide to build teams. Can you share with us a little bit about that aspect of your business? How
and
do you
so
find stylists and how big of a team do you have?
and again, my team is small at this point. I have six. It was once again, I joined and boom, 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 boom. People just came out of the woodwork and said, "I'm joining with you." Well, there were four, and then the other two, I've one right around maybe the halfway, 2/3 of the way through the trip contest, and then another one very recently. I just basically, a couple of things. And you guys, I want to share something else with you too. Do you wish every single one of your Facebook friends a happy birthday? Does everybody do that? Okay, put that on your agenda every single day. Facebook will notify you who your birthdays are. All right. I do it in Messenger. I learned this again from a very, very successful multi-level marketer, seven-figure income earner. I do it in Messenger. Sometimes I'll do a voice clip, but usually it's just again, I took on Instagram, a woman said, instead of saying happy birthday, say this. And she had 7 different little ways to say happy birthday. And so see if I can tell you real quick. So I've been doing this for a long, 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 long time. Where's a birthday? See, these are all there we go. There's Maya. Happy birthday, Maya. I hope your day is full of love, laughter, and endless celebrations. And there's a bunch of emojis in there. I just copy and paste. I copy and paste. Now, if it's someone like my old paparazzi customers, I'll say to all of them, I miss y'all so much. I'll say something like that. If it's so I don't do it with gentlemen. I do on their face, but I do it with ladies because it's just kind of a feminine kind of thing. But here's what happens. I'm going to tell you guys this is wild. Do you know that Facebook algorithm treats what happens in Messenger exactly like what's happening on your personal profile? Did you know that? Okay.
Really?
So when you say happy birthday, they reply. And when they reply, so Maya said, "Thank you, Dawn." And I said, "You're welcome. Have a great day, Maya." This is, I kid you not, people that I've never engaged with. I have 5,000 Facebook friends. It's just been a long time. There are friends like, I don't know how I know you. I don't know how we got to be friends. People I've never engaged with, never, never, never engaged with. I will say happy birthday. They will say thank you. I will say you're welcome. And the next day, they're liking my posts. Now, they have never liked a post ever, but because of that little interaction, Facebook picked it up and Facebook says, "Oh, Dawn and Connie are talking about her birthday. The next time Dawn goes live, we'll make sure Connie sees it." It is a gold mine. Birthdays are a gold mine. So get yourself a little quote from somewhere, get a greeting card, get a little quote, and there it is. I don't know if you guys can see that with my crazy ring light, but there's a little picture. I do a cute little graphic. I do that, and I do it religiously every single day in Messenger. Now people go, won't it be as effective on your, in Facebook itself? Here's the situation. For years, I did it in Facebook. But again, it depends on how busy you are and how busy your personal profile is. My personal profile is very busy because there are so many people. They were saying thank you, guys, and I was never seeing it. So I was not acknowledging their thank you. Do you see what I'm saying? But are you in Messenger a lot? Are you all in Messenger a lot? I'm in Messenger most of the day because there's so much communication. There's so many conversations. So I'm not missing their thank you like I did when it was on their personal page. Just a gold mine. I'm telling you, you will come back to me and say, "Oh my gosh, it worked. People are seeing my posts and seeing my lives and commenting and liking because I wish them happy birthday." Okay. So where did I go from there? Because I know that was,
That's
see,
okay. No, that was a gold mine of information. And I have done that off and on. I'm not as consistent though as I should be. And but I have started doing it more.
good.
And I think
Priority.
you're right. Now that you're saying that, I have been getting a lot more people that I hadn't seen before. So I'm
You
gonna have to
will. I
start
promise you will.
paying more attention to that.
I know where we were going with
I
that. So
was
you
asking
asked
you
me
about
about
team.
recruiting.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
two things. So number one, of course, I'm offering it to my VIPs that are just buying, buying, buying. Okay, so you offer it that, but I also will look, and again, I learned this from a network marketer, the same person actually that taught me about the birthdays, and I will just look at um somebody, I found them on Facebook, somebody that's stylish, somebody again that has a great social media presence, someone that is, I might notice that they're wearing jewelry, and I will private message them and say, "Please don't think I'm crazy." This is what I'll say: "Please don't think I'm crazy, but I have been watching on Facebook, and I love your style. I love you have a strong social media presence, and I think you would make a killing in the jewelry business. I'm with Park Lane. Have you heard of Park Lane?" And then a conversation will start. And then
And you do
so,
that with a voice clip? Do you do
uh-huh,
that? Okay.
always with a
Probably a
voice
dumb
clip.
question, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, I do it with a voice clip. And so those, because I don't do them as often, these get deleted and redone a lot, but it's pretty much those points, guys. It is just, don't think I'm crazy, but I've been watching you. I've noticed your sense of style. I think, and you have a great social media presence. Have you thought about a home-based network marketing business? I think you would be amazing at Park Lane. And here's another thing. I don't ask permission to drop the Tish video. I never ask permission, and I'll tell you why. I will just say to them, then I'm going to drop some information below. It's just a 10-minute video. Do you think you can watch it in the next 24 hours? Now, you're going to get a lot of thank you so much. I'm not interested. But again, that's okay. I always ask, do you mind if I follow up again in 6 months? Because they always say yes. They're complimented. All I've done is compliment somebody. It's all I've done. Okay. If you ask permission to watch the video, 95% of them are going to say no. And here's why. Because we have a very bad reputation in this industry of stalking people and shoving things down their throat. So they say, if I say yes to the video, she's going to hound me. So I don't even, so I drop the video. If their interest is piqued, they watch. So many times they'll go to me, I watched it, Dawn, and it sounds wonderful. I've got to be honest with you, though. That's just not for me. I'm not interested, but it's always a thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I always say, may I follow up again in 6 months, just in case something in your life changes? Sure, you can. They always say that. They never say no. But but then you guys, I keep my word. I drop it. I'll move it to my calendar for 6 months, and then I'll go back again and say, thinking about you, still watching you. I think you'd be amazing. Anything changed that you want more information? But don't ask for permission. Just drop the video, ask them if they can watch it in the next 24 to 48 hours, and then follow up. And then you do the sandwich method. You have to, you guys know you have to track this. You write down who you sent the video to. And then there's 99.9% of the time, there's no reply. So you have to go back and say, hey, did you get a chance to listen to my clip? And you point, a little arrow pointing up. And then I'll go back and then and then that's a text. Okay, so first it's a voice clip, then it's a text. Hey, did you get a chance to listen to my clip with the little arrow pointing up? And then I'll do a voice clip again. I'm like, okay, I don't want you to think I'm stalking you, but I know we're very busy and things get buried. Any chance at all you've had a chance to listen to my clip? And then that's when they'll usually go, oh, Dawn, please forgive me. I've been busy. I saw it, or I listened. Yes. And thank you. I'm not interested. But you have to do that too. The fortune is definitely in the follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
Have I taken up too much of my time?
No, you are fine. We're right at the point where we could open it up for questions and question answer time. But one more quick little thing just to share about you that I loved. Tell them about your timer on your watch that goes off you said every hour. Tell them about that.
I wear an Apple Watch and I do like the activity timer. So I look at it all day long. Like I have a move goal and I have a exercise goal and I have a stand goal. And I love health and wellness. And I don't know if you've heard of Casey Means. Have you guys heard yet of Dr. Casey Means? She was almost appointed by President Trump as the Surgeon General, but apparently something weird happened because it's all weird anymore. But anyway, I read her book, Good Energy, and she said if you wear an Apple Watch and it tells you to stand, do it, because sitting so much, have you heard the comment, sitting is like the new smoking? Have you guys heard that? Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that I had the camera on, and I'll show you. Well, yeah, I'm in my pajama bottoms, you guys. I have a cute top on and all my jewelry, but I have my pajama bottoms. So when it goes off and it says you have 10 minutes, I will just stand up and I'll go like this so that I get my and I didn't realize I had my the camera on. And when Renee goes, we've been watching you. Do you do a voice clip for everyone? I said to her, oh, please don't tell me you saw me dancing in my kitchen when I was. You didn't though, did you?
No, honestly, it must have been when we were all had our heads down working because I didn't see that part. So if you wouldn't have said anything, I would have never known.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, they saw me dancing. My husband cracks up. I do it almost if I'm sitting for a long period. Yeah. So anyway, that's it.
Well, I just thought that was cute and I love it.
Mhm.
So, who has some questions?
Somebody had a hand up. Misty.
Oh,
Hi,
I
Misty.
I need you to
Hello.
smile.
Oh yeah, we want to do a picture. She
Okay.
has to get a picture.
Say hello. I need you back on the screen.
Yeah, talk so you pop back up.
Aren't I there?
No.
Me?
No.
Oh, because I can see me, so I'm not there anymore. What happened?
There you are. Okay, keep talking.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, keep
Smile.
talking.
1,
Keep
2,
talking.
3.
Just keep talking.
Okay, keep going forward.
Do you
Oh,
need me to
wait.
do it again?
Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's adorable. Okay, now I'm gonna put it on the speak a gallery view. There we go. Now we can, yeah. Dawn, that was so awesome. Oh my gosh, is everybody
Thank
just
you.
fired up? Okay, yeah. Start raising your hand in the on your screen there, and we can
Misty has
start
her hand up.
calling up. Yeah, Misty has her hand up. What's your question, Misty, or one sentence takeaway?
I just want to say, first of all, I appreciated what you came on and talked about tonight, Dawn. I try to come to my meetings every week, whether I feel good or not. I have a lot of health problems. I don't a lot of times feel good. So, but I do come to my meetings. And I was going to share, you was talking about direct sales and how long you've been in it. I've been in direct sales since 2000 and I'm
Oh,
47 now. I was 18 when I started,
wow.
and I sell Avon, Mary Kay, and Park Lane.
In Park Lane. Yeah, it's the best. And I love that Park Lane allows us to do, yeah, they're just, it's very, very unique. Well,
Mm,
I'm glad you were here. I'm glad you felt good enough to come tonight.
thank you.
I have a
Glad to
comment.
be here.
I have a quick comment too, and that is when you are, sharing the video, that is absolutely brilliant to start capturing recruiting leads. Because remember, we're talking about that. We have two new videos, Dawn, for just for the Shining Champions. So we don't
Yes.
have to use Tish's because Tish's are about like a year and a half older now or something like that. So we have a very basic one, and then we have that's 8 minutes, and then we have one that's 13 minutes with a little bit more info. And so with the person that then comes back and says, "Oh, it's not for me," da da da, that's when we can say, uh, "Save the information because, uh-oh, did we lose it? Uh-oh, I'm on my Zoom."